Hi guys, how are you doing? We're back here again, and today we're going to continue talking about pronunciation. As you know, pronunciation is the first impression you pass on to someone. So we're here today to help you to improve your pronunciation. That's the idea, to enhance your pronunciation. And today we're going to start from the basic. I don't want you to just pay attention to one detail. I didn't say basic, because this is normally the way Brazilian students say basic. This sounds like z, but no, this word should be pronounced basic. Yeah, we're gonna start with the basic. And what is the basic, Fabio? The alphabet. There's another thing I'd like to call your attention to. I said the alphabet. Did you pay attention that I did not say the? But what was that for? Because the word alphabet starts with a vowel. I have something else to talk about this word too. But it starts with the vowel. It's A. So when you have the definite article before a vowel sound, you should pronounce like this. The. For example, the United States, the USA, the UK. So you always pronounce like the. So you're watching a movie. When the movie is over, you're going to see the end. Not the end. Okay? The end. So we are going to start from the basic, and the basic is the alphabet. Again, I'm using the because the word alphabet starts with a vowel, and it's vowel, not vowel. It's very common to hear from people say vowel, but it's vowel. Be careful. Vowel, consonant. A vowel in English, V-O-W, is a promise. I'll give an example. On the day of the wedding ceremony, I don't know exactly if you were married or if you're single, but if you're married, I suppose that you got married at a church. And then the wedding day, you went walking along the aisle. When you were in front of the altar, in front of the priest, you took a vow, which is a promise. Like, me, Fabio, take you, blah, blah, blah. So you go on. This is a promise. This is a vowel, and it's spelled like V-O-W. I'm talking about a vowel. And now we're going to start properly studying pronunciation from the basic, as I said, with the alphabet. We are going to see the alphabet, and not only the alphabet, most importantly, the sounds of the letters. You have no idea how much you should know about the sounds of the letters, even to read. Here I'm going to explain to you that even kids who can speak English and understand English fluently, they have to start from the sounds of the letters. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So today we are going to see the alphabet and its sound. How important is it? So this is important to know that. I'm going to show some way that you can use that. And this slide here that I'm going to show you right now, I always ask my kids, what do you mean your kids? I have some students by the age of 5, 6, 7 years old, and they can speak English and they can understand English, but they cannot really read and write. Why? Because this is how it works. If you are a father or mother, if you have like nephew, niece, you can see them speaking Portuguese fluently. But I guarantee that they cannot really write, they cannot really read either. They are going to go to school. They're going to be like I would say in English, you say literate. That's what they're going to be. So they need to study how to read. For example, if you ask a kid who is learning how to read in English to read the preposition down there, then I'm pretty sure that you know how to pronounce this preposition. What's the sound of this preposition? How do you pronounce this preposition? That's the best question. Do you know how kids learn? Kids who can speak English and understand English very well, they read like 80. But why do you think they say 80? Because for kids, they're going to read the letters 80. But to produce the sound to pronounce this word, you need to produce the sound of the letters. So for example, in this case specifically, don't worry, we're going to study this. We have two letters. The first letter is letter A. As you can see, the letter A is a vowel. Normally they say, hey, Mr. Fabio, is the letter A short or long? They normally ask that because the letter A for them basically has two sounds. Short A says a or a, and long A says a. In this case, I say to them, no, this is the short A. They go like a. And then they see the letter T after. So they say T. But what's the sound of letter T? T. T. So when I say, now read the word, they go like at. At. So they learn how to read the words like this. But it's not only this that you need to know in order like to pronounce words properly. Sometimes sentences. For example, you're going to see here next a sentence such as, what did your? Well, you can say, what did your father say? Everyone will understand you. But don't expect them to speak that way. Normally, they tend to speak very, I'll say dynamically. Let's say that. I don't like to say the word fast. Because every time you say that it's fast, you say like, oh, it's too fast, I can't understand. No, there are a lot of techniques behind it. You need to understand them, for sure. But here, it's a way of speaking. Let's think of Portuguese. Do you think you speak Portuguese slowly or fast? I don't think you think it's fast. I don't think you think it's slowly. It's natural speed. So every language has its tendency. English has its. So you need to understand that. So what did your, when they speak, they say, Roger. But Fabio, my question is, what you explain to me the way people normally compress the words, but what this has to do with the sounds of the letter? That's a really good question. Because the sentence is, what did your, but when you speak fast or in a natural speed, you say, Roger. What did your dad do becomes Roger. What did your dad do? What did your dad do? But what's Roger? Actually, you can see the letter W, the letter J, and the letter R. But I am producing the sounds of the letters. So what's the sounds of letter W? So I don't remember. But okay, thinking of a word that starts with the letter W. For example, here I have some water. You can say water, water, whatever. I'm here explaining the sound of the letter W. The sound is W, W. What is the sound of the letter J? If you're thinking of a word that starts with J, like J, J, J's, the sound is J. So it's you have W, J. And then what is the sound of letter R? The sound of letter R is R. Don't get confused. Because normally students sometimes, I am going to eat some hamburgers, had burger house, something like that. Wait, but it's not had, it's the color. The color is R, 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 red. In English, if you want to produce the sound of H, it's H. We are going to see that. That's why you say house, hat. The sound of letter R is R. So when you combine the sound of W, J, and R, you make the sound Roger. What'd your dad do? What'd your dad do? So that's why I'm telling you that you need to know the sounds of the letters. Pay attention to the other example. It's pretty much the same. What'd your father tell you? What'd your father tell you? What'd your boy find out? This is that. Fabio, honestly, it's okay. I understand, but I don't want to speak that way. Fine. All right, so you have the right to choose whatever you want to. But I want you to understand that they will never speak the way you'd like them to speak. I'll give an example. I'm going to just make like I'll give an example. I'm going to make a comparison with our language. Imagine now that you have an American friend who's been learning Portuguese, all right? So, and this American friend of yours is going to say something like, Fabio, vamos embora, por favor. Is there any problem with this sentence? I don't think so. You are going to leave the place. Yeah, you understand the message, you're going to go away. Is that true? Yeah, but I hope that this American friend of yours can be able to understand when you use the way we speak, like embora, 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 or embora, 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 embora. If he speaks vamos embora, por favor, and he understands bo, 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 no problem. It's pretty much the same. You can say, what did your father tell you? it's okay. But I want you to be able to understand when they say, what did your father tell you? What did your father tell you? That's the idea. So because of this, we are going to study the sounds of the letters. Obrigado por assistir esse vídeo. Não se esqueça de curtir, compartilhar com seus amigos. Se foi útil para você, pode ser para seus amigos também. E ativar o sininho para mais atualizações. Te vejo no próximo vídeo.